Good morning, Namaskar, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, officials, professionals, listener learners, respected doctors and directors, honorable ministers and managers, honorable advocates, advertisers, administrative advisors, the most honorable President Mr. Modi ji, Honourable Rakesh from USA, heartily cordially welcome. You are listening today what is happening around the world, what changes we have in the field of science to spirituality, language to nutrition, personally, professionally, economically, politically, spiritually. How India is growing revolutionary and visionary changes. With such the changes, India will become Guru Desh in 2047. So let's go through the changes, natural changes that we see in the nature. Socially, how these changes are being impacted. Kerala women's gesture gets a thank you from Raja. Sri Uday Kumar arranged 3,000 liters of drinking water for about 250 Palestinian families amid ongoing conflict from Puram. A young woman from Kerala is making headlines with visuals showing displaced families in Gaza thanking her for arranging drinking water for them, going viral on social media. Shree, Madras High Court constitutes SIT to probe crude stampede from Chennai. The Madras High Court on Friday ordered the constitution of a special investigation team SIT headed by Inspector General of Police Ashtragar to probe the stampede that claimed 41 lives during TVK President and Director C. Director C. Joseph Vijay's political campaign in Karur on September 27. Justice Senthil Kumar also recorded that the court highly condemned the act of TVK leaders in having abandoned the innocent people who thronged the men just to have a glimpse of Mr. Vijay, but ended up losing their lives. He said the party ought to have come to the rescue. Meanwhile, the Madurai bench of the court refused to order a CBI probe and dismissed the anticipatory bail plea of the General Secretary Bashir Anand Alais and Anand Deputy General Secretary Shri Raman Kumar. Justice Shantil Kumar asked the Kalur Town Inspector of Police to hand over to the SIT all papers related to the FIR against Mr. Anand and Mr. Nirmal Kumar on the charge of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Wang Church wife moves Supreme Court. Sheikh is immediate release from New Delhi. Climate activist Sonam Wangchuk's wife Gitanjali J. Angmo had filed a habeas corpus petition in the Supreme Court challenging his preventing detention under the National Security Act NSA 1980 following violent protests in Delhi on September 24. MS Angmo has requested the top court to direct the authorities to disclose the whereabouts of Mr. Wangchuk and order his immediate release. She submitted that it has been a week since he was reported to be detained at Jodhpur in Rajasthan on September 26 and said there have been no information either about the grounds of his detention or his state of health. Section 3 of the NSA empowers the appropriate government to issue an order of preventive detention if the activities of an individual are found to be prejudicial. The public order, the security of the state, India's relations with foreign powers, or the maintenance of essential supplies and services. The Act requires that a detention order be issued only after the competent authority finds vital and relevant material to show that the person's action was prejudicial to national interest or public order. The order must be reasoned and supplied to the detained or his family. Ground for detention. The Supreme Court, in a series of judgments, has laid down guidelines for authorities while exercising their subjective satisfaction and under the NSA, including the requirement to consider only relevant and proximate material in arriving at such satisfaction. Judicial review extends to assessing whether the subjective satisfaction of the authority was based on objective facts or conversely influenced by caprice, malice, irrelevant consolidation or non-application of mind. The top court has consistently held that preventive detention of a person is a drastic measure and an order of preventive detention has the effect of invading a person's personal liberty. A statement released by the Ladakh administration blamed Mr. Wangchuk for persisting with his hunger strike despite government overtures for talks. In series of provocative speeches, reference to Nepal agitation, Arab Spring, etc. and misleading videos resulted in a violent protest. It said the statement added that it was not advisable to keep him Wangchuk in the district. Nation must prepare to deal with stable, quiet, punish, Mr. says. Innovation in cryptocurrency are transforming landscape of money and capital flows, and they may force nations to adapt to new monetary architectures or risk exclusion, says Siddharmayan from New Delhi. Hinting at a possible shift in India's cryptocurrency policy, Union Finance Minister Rinwa on Friday said countries would have to prepare to engage with stable coins whether they welcome the change or not. Innovations like stable coins are transforming the landscape of money and capital flows. MS Sitaraman said in her inaugural address at the Quadrennial Economic Conclave here, these shifts may force nations to make binary choices, adapt to new monetary architecture or risk exclusion, she said. Such developments underscore the scale of the transformation underway. They also remind us that no nation can insulate itself from systematic change. Whether we welcome these shifts or not, we must prepare to engage with them. Stablecoins are a type of cryptocurrency that attempt to maintain stable prices as they are pegged to an underlying asset such as a basket of currencies or precious metals. The remarks come at a time when the Finance Ministry and the Reserve Bank of India have both voiced their reservations about private cryptocurrencies, also referred to as virtual digital assets. India has not legalized these products in terms of regulation, but it does tax transactions that involve them. The RBI, on the other hand, has lobbied hard to ban virtual digital assets outright, while simultaneously launching pilot projects of its own central bank digital currency. Legal backing, Shree bases on cryptocurrencies issued by central banks and have the same legal backing as official currency. The finance minister said India's capacity to observe external shocks was strong and that its economic leverage was evolving. More than strategic rivalries are redrawing the boundaries of cooperation and complete energy government share. CBI flags 3.66 lakh voter division in Bihar from New Delhi. Credit war over 24 into 7 shops we are in Maharashtra. Marginalized groups under attack in Bangladesh from New Delhi. India on Friday hit out at Pakistan and Bangladesh over their treatment of marginalized communities in Pakistan occupied Kashmir and the Chittagong hill threats respectively. We believe that it is a natural consequence of Pakistan's oppressive approach and its systematic plundering of resources from these territories which remain under its possible and illegal occupation. Pakistan must be held accountable for its horrific human rights violation. National Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal said. He was responding to reports of police crackdown and internet shutdown in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Protests have been continuing in the region under the banner of Awami Action Committee, demanding political reform, subsidized food items, low electricity bills, free education and health facilities. Normal life hit the protesters. The protests have reportedly brought life to a standstill in capital Muzaffarabad, according to the Pakistani newspaper Dawn. At least 10 people have died and several were injured in police firing. Rejecting claims by a Bangladesh regime, government advised that India was extending support to protesters in the Chittagong hill tracks. Mr. Jaiswal said Dhaka was unable to maintain law and order situation and had routinely sought to shift the blame elsewhere. We categorically reject these false and baseless allegations, he said. Kirti Vashan battles past Madhvin from New Delhi. Piastri sets the pace in chaotic second practice from Singapore. Championship leader Oscar Piastri went fastest on Friday in the second practice session for the Singapore Grand Prix, punctuated by two crashes, red flags and a bizarre pit lane stun. Sarthak seasons bags the pole position from Chennai. Former world champion Hakkinen backs Piastri to win Singapore GP from Chennai. Former Formula One world champion Mike Hakkinen backed F5 championship leader Oscar Piastri to bounce back after a nightmarish weekend in Azerbaijan a fortnight ago, where the Australian crashed in both qualifying and the race. The WTA Chennai opponents from October 27. Liverpool's Blackburn ruled out until after international break. Australia, England, second T21 washed out. Torpedoes fight back to get past Guardians. Gabon daily pushes past UP Yudhas back on top. Vidarbha moves into a commanding position. Ranji champion holds an overall lead of 224. 224 with 8 wickets in hands. Mirabai braves thumb issue to claim silver from Kolkata. I do a lot of visualization, whether playing or not, from Ahmedabad. It is tough to be Rishabh Pant's understudy, the burden of expectation when you do get a chance to play in place of the maverick wicket-keeper batter can be immense. I am not your traditional spinner, says Smith from Guwahati. Lindsay Smith was 30 when she made her ODI debut for England. The left-arm spinner celebrated the occasion by taking 5 for 36 against the West Indies at Derby. Sri Lanka faces an uphill task against mighty Australia. Since 2022, Sri Lanka and Australia have only faced each other twice, both in T20 World Cups and both resulting in heavy defeats for the former. Not making silly mistakes, Atha Pathua from Colombo. Rahul, Jurel and Jadeja's turns pushed West Indies into a corner. The openers 100, the wicketkeepers 125 and the all-rounders unbeaten 104 put India in complete control at 448 for 5. The visitors 286 run in the red stumps on day 2 will have to play out of their skins to make a comeback in the test from Ahmedabad. England demolished SC sends out warning signals. Enjoying my batting, says Rahul coming back fresh from break. Should become better in execution and stick to our plans. Rikan Ravi. An anthropological meditation that bites. The show is adapted from U.Z. Johar's manga and Lay Deuce animates it with vintage austerity. Salazar sizzles in a middling crime comedy from Mini Cat Shiva. Varun Dhawan makes this rival's festive farewell watchable from director Khaitan takes his Badrinath ki Dulhania template forward and ends up with mixed results. With Durga Puja over TMC, BJP step up election activities in West Bengal from Kolkata, while the BJP leadership held a meeting with newly appointed call observers in Kolkata. The Trinamool Congress announced an outreach of Vijay Samilani in all blocks from October 5. Metro 3 train breaks down due to technical snag, passengers evacuated from Mumbai. Vishwakarma is set to become next Gujarat BJP president from Ahmedabad. Gujarat Minister and OBC leader Jagdish Vishwakarma is all set to become the new president of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the state limits, and he was the only candidate to file nomination papers for the post on Friday, party leadership. CM Maan named Harmeet Sandhu for Taran by call from Chandigarh. If they if Hayball gets into the Paralympics and Olympics, then it will be easier to get sponsorship and spectatorship. Hayball, the new kid on Hayball, the new kid into Sports Town has something for everyone. The quick fast, the quick-paced game is played with stripped and solid balls, which appeals to cool enthusiasts for tourists with a traditional bent of mind. The table, 9 feet by 5 feet in size, with tight pockets, is similar to what is issued in snooker, only smaller. Universal appeal, and then there is the universal appeal, big prize money. A-ball, also known as Chinese 8 ball, has grown in popularity in recent years. The arrival of Joy Billiards, one of China's leading billiard table manufacturers, as sponsor and tournament organizer, has taken the sport all over the world. The financial rewards are particularly lucrative, with the World Hayball Maestro Grand Final held earlier this year, offering a whopping queuing up for Hayball, the tabletop sport growing in popularity. Amid Piastri Norris power struggle, Verstappen remains the gold standard. The McLaren drivers lead the standings in a dominant car, but the resigning four-time champion, in threatening to provoke a spinner in the wheels of an intra-team battle despite piloting an inferior Red Bull, has shown that he is the standout driver of the season, while Verstappen is still an outside shot. The fact that he has brought himself back into contention has retreated conventional wisdom in the paddock. Former Rajasthan Assembly Speaker and twice MLA Devraj Tiwari passes away at 105. From Jaipur, he was respected for his knowledge of parliamentary traditions and his balanced, dignified approach to politics. Harassed by private company in Gujarat, 13 migrant workers from Jharkhand returned home. It was alleged that the farm in Mobi denied them food and other facilities from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. Job scam BJD accuses Maji government of complicity. Once notorious for bribery and nepotism, jobs only on merit in Haryana, now Shah says from Chandigarh. 100 houses set ablaze on Assam-Nagaland border by miscreants, allegedly from Nagaland. Miscreants fired guns, hurled grenades before touching the houses of migrant Muslims. Mamta accuses center-run DVC of releasing dam water amid high rain alert in Bengal. Crude stampede case, High Court not to anticipatory bail for two TVK leaders. Kashmir's higher reaches racing season's first snowfall. 4 killed after being hit by Vande Bharat train in Bihar. Sena UBT gets into credit war with BJP over 24/7 shocks GR. Kodagu DSP injured during the Shera event in Madhikeri from Mysore. Telangana government to repair Kaleshwaram barrages based on NDSA panel report, says from Hyderabad. One more tiger found dead in Aman Hills Wildlife Sanctuary from suspected poisoning from Mysore. Flood wreaked havoc in North Andhra. Elderly couple killed in house collapse from Shree Kuala Lumpur. Two dead, over 100 injured during Bani festival from Kurnool. Veteran journalist Genius George passes away from Bengaluru. Sabrimala Gold Row from BJP race doubts over vigilance from Trivandrum. Malayali appointed first woman to lead the Church of England from London. A 63-year-old former nurse, Sarah Malayali, was named as the first female Archbishop of Canterbury on Friday, pledging to improve safety at the Church of England following an abuse scandal that hosted her predecessors. Pak government team holds talks with POK protest leaders says from Islamabad. Russia launches largest ever attack on Ukraine gas sites from Kyiv. World-renowned chimpanzee expert Jane Goodall dead from Washington. Trump sets Sunday night deadline for Hamas to accept Gaza peace plan. The US President Ukraine. The term comes after Hamas officials said earlier on Friday that the group still needed time to study the proposal given says there are no safe places in Gaza and that Israel designated zones in the south were places of death. UK police say it may have shot a victim killed in synagogue attack. Pakistan Saudi pact has potential to be like NATO alliance, says the Russia is regularly targeting UK satellites space command chiefs from London. Taliban Foreign Minister Muttaqi to meet Lebanon next week. One more tiger found dead in Lemon Hills Wildlife Sanctuary from suspected poisoning from Mysore. Telangana government to repair Kaleshwaram barrage based on LESA panel report from Hyderabad. Kodagu DSP injured during the Shara event in Madikeri. Floods wreak havoc in North Andhra elderly. Couple killed in house collapse. Shree Kuala Lumpur. Two dead, over 100 injured during Bani festival. Veteran journalist Genius George passes away. Sabrimala Gold Row from BJP raised doubts over vigilance probe. Peace and mirage. The Trump plans solve Israeli goals and does little for Palestinians. President Donald Trump 20-point peace plan for Gaza has won real approval from Israel and key Arab countries, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it aligns with Israel's war objectives. Arab and Muslim leaders have welcomed the initiative as a step towards peace, but one truly important voice is missing, that of any representatives of the Palestinian people when the latest phase of the Gaza war began. This clean energy rise needs climate finance expansion. The maritime signaling of Operation Sindhu. Domestic vitality. Domestic firms show more faith in India than foreign investors. BSNL's extended 4G rollout, the result of sovereignty. Profit grew from New Delhi SBI case. Anil Ambani plea dismissed by High Court from Mumbai. Government extends textile PLI rate. Current trade policy can hit growth in few economies from Mumbai. TCS deploying shock tactics, caution to fire staff from unions of Bengaluru. US senators questioned TCS, 9 others over H1B filings. In Karur, where there was no way out, on September 27, thousands of people gathered in Karur, Tamil Nadu to attend a rally by actor turned politicians Vijay and the chief of the Tamil Kazham party arrived house late. The crowd swelled and surged towards his vehicle, triggering a stampede that killed 41 people and injured 100 over. Talks continue as India and China plan to restart flights from October 26 from New Delhi. The green signal from the Center for Resumption of Flights between India and China from October 26 after a gap of 5 years comes even as the two sides remain engaged on revising the bilateral air service agreement according to a senior government official. Junction death case festival organizer moves Supreme Court for protection from New Delhi. Cough syrups not contaminated, says Center PM test detects adulteration. Union Health Ministry says none of the cough syrup samples contain methylene glycol or ethylene glycol that are known to cause serious kidney injury. Tamil Nadu says test showed Coldrick batch had diethylene glycol, diethylene glycol orders protection halt. Legality alone does not make a law, just said CGI from New Delhi. Drawing parallels between sedition laws in independent India, slavery in the US and the Criminal Tribes Act in colonial India, Chief Justice of India B.R. Gavai on Saturday said that legality alone does not confer fairness or justice on a law. It is important to remember that just because something is illegalized, it does not mean it is just. History offers numerous examples of this painful truth. Slavery was once legal in many parts of the world, including the US. In India, colonial legislation such as the Criminal Tribes Act of 1871 branded entire communities criminals by birth. Laws of sedition were often used to suppress resistance. Resistance against the oppressive legal system. Chief Justice Gavai observed in his inaugural Sir Maurice Rold Memorial Lecture 2025. He said that the Indian Constitution distinguished between what was legal and what was fair or just. Constitutional provisions on the judiciary were framed with a sense of legalism, ensuring that courts would act as a check against the undue exercise of power by the executive. Akshay Kumar calls for cyber safety measures for students. Centre fines Shree IAS for misleading advertisements. Schools reopen up to class 8 in day after 9 days. LG reviewed situation from Leh. Retrieving Koki outfit chief among 13 militants held in Manipur armed and cash recovered. Friday prayers held in UP's Bareilly amid heavy security from Lucknow. Male tiger 2 calls found dead at the Kanha Tiger Reserve. The reserve in MP says the adult tiger was seen in a flight with another big cat by a patrolling team. High Court sets up SIT to probe crude tragedy. marginalized groups at risk in Pak, Bangladesh. Nation must prepare to deal with stablecoin, Finance Minister says. Pakistan lost several jets in Operation Sindoor, IAF chief says. From New Delhi. Air Chief says India inflicted extensive damage on radars, command and control centers, hangars, hangars and China-made JF-17 jets in Pakistan. He dismisses Pak PM's claim that India suffered huge losses from New Delhi. Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh on Friday said that India inflicted extensive damage on Pakistan's air power, including US-made F-16s and Chinese JF-17 fighter jets during Operation Sindoor. Speaking at the 93rd Air Force Day celebration at the Air Force Auditorium in Delhi, the IAF chief presented a detailed account of the strikes while outlining the Air Force's future plan under Roadmap 2047. India wouldn't show restraint next time, says Army Chief from Delhi. Army Chief General Upendra Trivedi on Friday issued a sharp warning to Pakistan, saying that if it continues state-sponsored terrorism, it may have to reconsider. It may have to reconsider its place on the world map, addressing troops in the forward area of Hanumangarh in Shree district of Rajasthan. General Trivedi reviewed operational readiness and asked soldiers to remain fully prepared for action. It is fully prepared this time and wouldn't show the restraint which activated during Operation Sindoor 1.0. This time we will take a step forward and act in a manner that will make Pakistan think whether it wants to remain on the world map or not, he said. Parties banking on women for poll gains in Bihar from Patna. Bihar cabinet hikes BA from 55% to 58% for government employees. The decision comes before the expected announcement of assembly election in the state. CPI flags 3.66 lakh voter deletion, calls for clarity from EC Bihar from the Delhi. Nitish transfers 2,500 crore rupees to 25 lakh women and had to start their own business. Ruling JD MLA joins RJD just ahead of Bihar election from Patna. EC briefs central observes for Bihar assembly election from New Delhi. Rahul, a servant of anti-India forces, says BJP over his Colombia remarks from New Delhi. Tilak Verma at it again, makes 94 to shore up India A from Kanpur. Seniors and praise Indian team ahead of World Junior Championship from Guwahati. Nishad Simran make it a golden day for India from New Delhi. I thank all my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students, scholars, teacher, trainer, professor, professional, officer, official, listener, learner. I thank all respected doctors and directors. I thank all adorable minister and manager. I thank all honorable advocates, Mr. Advisor. I thank the most honorable President, Mr. Modi. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Nice to see all of you. Thank you.